What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to rate every single 3 Days Grace album since I've listened to every single 3 Days Grace album. From self-titled from 2003 to Alienation to today, this year. So let's begin. Starting off with self-titled, probably the best first album ever a band could make. I mean, probably Killswitch Engage is gonna defeat this album, but this album has a ton of bangers such as "Scared," "Let You Down," um, "Just Like You," "Home," "Burn." That's a really good first track off this album. Let You Down, I mentioned that already. "Now or Never," "Born Like This," "Drown," "Wake Up," "Take Me Under." Couple of cons. Uh, I feel like "I Hate Everything About You" is a very overrated 3 Days Grace song, in my opinion. It's not a bad 3 Days Grace song. I just feel like it's a very overrated song compared to any other 3 Days Grace song. I think it can get kind of annoying after a while, in my opinion. And "Overrated" is not really a great song. I know, I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. But in my opinion, I think "Overrated" by 3 Days Grace is not that good of a song. It's just a really corny song, and it's really bland compared to the rest of the album. But other than that, I have to give this... Hold on. What in the world's happening? Okay. I'm going to give this an S tier. So I'm just going to scroll all the way over. There we go. See, my computer's finally freaking acting well. I'm going to give this album an S tier. Alright. Up next is the best 3 Days Grace album of all time, 1X. In my opinion, there is not a single problem with this album. Every song is really good. There's not a single song that's like mid or even bad at all. This album is probably the best 3 Days Grace album of all time. I don't have any problems with this album. This is getting an S tier, and I'm going to put this right. So, if I'm right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Up next is "Life Starts Now." "Life Starts Now" is a really good album. I feel like this is their last peak album, in my opinion. Hold on. Some notable songs are "Bitter Taste," "Break," "World So Cold," "Lost in You," "The Good Life," "No More," "Last to Know," "Bully," "Someone Who Cares," which is an okay song. I mean, it's not the greatest thing, nor is it the worst thing. "Without You," and yeah, I don't listen to "Going Down" or "Life Starts Now." I don't revisit those, but overall, this is probably 3 Days Grace's last peak album. So yeah, S tier, in my opinion. Up next is "Transit of Venus." Now, in my opinion, this is the worst 3 Days Grace album. It's not a terrible album though. Only reason why it's the worst is because I feel like it's weak compared to all the other albums, but this is still a really good album. Hold on. Let me go back. "Sign of the Times," the first song, it sucks. It's really just the vocals are really bad on the first track of this album. "Chalk Outline's okay. I feel like it would be better if Matt sung "Chalk Outline." It sounds like a song he would sing. "Operate" is a awesome song. Probably the best song on the album. "Anonymous," "Misery Loves My Company" sounds like something from "Life Starts Now." "Give In to Me," I haven't even listened back to that. "Happiness" is a really good song. "Give Me a Reason," China Remains, Broken Glass. Yeah, I'm gonna give this an A tier. So, yeah. Well, does it deserve an A tier or should it be a B tier? Hmm. Yeah, A tier seems very fair. Yeah. Um, that was the last album with Adam, by the way. Next up is Human, which would be the first album with Matt. So, Human, I would say the first two songs on Human were pretty bland. Um, I would, and hold on. This Human, okay. First two songs, Human Race and Painkiller, I'm not a fan of. Fallen Angel, I guess is alright. Landmine is an awesome song. Tell Me Why, pretty good song. I Am Machine, that's the song that most people know from this album. Pretty okay. I don't think it's the best song in the entire album. So What, Car Crash, The End Is Not the Answer. That's kind of like Matt's Never Too Late, I guess, which is actually a really good song. So, yeah, I would say this album is kind of online with Transit of Venus. Um, this is like number 6 on my favorite Three Days Grace albums. So yeah. Up next is Outsider. Now a lot of people hate this album, because a lot of people say this is a very commercial-like album, which I guess I can get. Um, but I actually really like the album. Now, in my opinion, it's number 7 on my list of Three Days Grace albums. But I feel like this album should be getting the hate it gets, because it has some really good songs such as Right, Left, Wrong, The Mountain, I Am the Outsider, Infrared, uh, yeah, Villain I'm Not, Chasing for the First Time, New Real. And I feel like this album does not get a lot of good talked about. Some people rate this as like their 7 or 8. Which honestly it is my 7, but I don't hate this album. I just feel like it gets overhated. But yeah, A tier in my opinion. Up next is Explosions. A lot of people don't like this album either. But in my opinion, I think this is Matt at his peak. In my opinion, it really reminded me of 1X, but not like. Well, I wouldn't say it's comparable to 1X. Not in any way, shape, or form. But it kind of did remind me of 1X. I felt like there wasn't a single bad song on this album. Um, I got Neurotic, A Scar Is Born, um, Champion, Chain of Abuse, Someone to Talk to. Explosions is a pretty good song too. I just feel like this was. Oh yeah. Also, we got Lifetime. Lifetime's a really good song. I love how slow it is and how sad it is. Honestly, I just think this is like a really awesome album, and it doesn't get the talk it deserves. I feel like a lot of people dunk on this album a lot. Honestly, I really love this album, so in my opinion, I'm honestly gonna give this an S tier. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but I just really loved it. I was really impressed with the album. It's number 4 on my Three Days Grace albums that I think are the greatest. Like the top 8. Nah, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. And last of but not least is 2025's Alienate. So Alienate Alienation, my bad. Oh my gosh. Please forgive me. This video is kind of bad. I'm only 15, so yeah. My first song, Dominate, I don't like. I feel like it's really corny. It's really corny. I don't like corny lyrics, so yeah. But it makes up with Apologies. Mayday is an okay song. Kill Me Fast is a really good song. In Waves is a really good song. Alien Nation. Never Ordinary, really good song. Death Wish is my favorite song in this album. Don't Want to Go Home, really good song. In Cold Blood, The Power, Another Relapse. This is my friend Dakota's favorite song. Honestly, I have to give this an A tier. It was a really good album. Better than any of the junk that gets released in 2025. I've put this above Human and Outsider and Transit of Venus, to be honest. In fact, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Yeah. So this is my tier list. Yeah. If it looks like I'm a 3 Days Grace Glazer, that's because I am. We got 1X as number one. This is just a really amazing album. Not a single bad song. We got Self-Titled at number two. Just really my favorite album of all time. Number three, I got Life Starts Now. Just a really amazing album. The last time 3 Days Grace was at their peak with their albums. Number four, we got Explosions by 3 Days Grace. A lot of people, I think this album is really overhated in my opinion. I really enjoyed this album. I think this is the greatest that Matt got when it came to 3 Days Grace. At number five, we got Alienation. This is a really good song. Adam and Matt go really well together. I forgot to mention that Adam's back, and Matt decided to stay in the band, so now they both sing in the songs. But yeah, number five, Alienation. Number six is Human. I think this was a really good album. It's an okay start for Matt. It wasn't the best 3 Days Grace album of all time, but yeah, I do kind of feel like this album gets kind of over talked about compared to Matt's other albums. But besides that, really good album. Number seven is Outsider. This has some really good songs like The Mountain and hold on. Sorry, I'm not consistent. The Mountain, Left, Right, no, not Left, Right, Left, Wrong, Infrared, Nothing to Lose But You, Me Against You, Love, no. Villain I'm Not, yeah, the New Real, but this was like, yeah, but this also had its bad songs too, like, I forgot what they were called, but there were two bad songs, and yeah. And at number 8, we got Transit of Venus. Now, 3 Days Grace wise, this is the worst 3 Days Grace album of all time. And in my opinion, I don't think this is a bad album. It's just that compared to every other 3 Days Grace album, I feel like this is 3 Days Grace at its lowest. I feel like this was around the time they were transitioning to modern day 3 Days Grace. Was Transit of Venus. Has some really good songs such as Operate, Anonymous, Misery Loves My Company, Happiness, Give Me a Reason, and Broken Glass. But also it can be bad at times. There's some songs that I don't go back and listen to. And Sign of the Times, the vocals are just really bad for Sign of the Times. I really do not like the first track of this album, Sign of the Times. But yeah, that's it. That's the Three Days Grace tier list. So yeah, make a hate comment about how One X is so overrated and Explosions is such a bad album and whatever else you want to complain about. And I'll see y'all next time.